Jeff Snyder here at the Kia Telluride Supper Suite in Park City, and I am here with the team behind the very, very funny comedy, The Climb. We've got Mike Covino, Gayle, Rankin, and Kyle Marvin. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So there is a trailer out for this, and I, if you're watching at home, go watch the trailer because it very effectively communicates the premise of this movie. But for those who haven't or who haven't watched it, Mike, why don't you explain what this movie's actually about?
Okay, so the basic concept was based on a short that Kyle and I made, and that was at Sundance in 2018. Mm-hmm. And the idea was simple. It was two guys are riding bikes up a hill. One of them's out of shape because he just went through a breakup, and the other one's in shape, and he reveals to him that he's sleeping with the other's ex. And so Kyle starts chasing me up the hill, but he can't catch me because he's out of shape. And so, and it's all done in one shot, so you're sort of struggling and watching these guys struggle up the hill. So with the feature, we basically just took that scene and expanded upon it and then followed the journey of this friendship over the next 13 years or so while they continue to kind of go through the same cycle of destructive behavior, and Kyle continues to forgive my character of things.
And can you guys take me through the journey of how you actually expanded the short? Like, so the short plays 2018 Sundance. Who sees it? Who's that influential person who's like, this is actually a feature, and gives you that opportunity to go ahead?
I mean, we came to with the short knowing we had a good take on the feature already, so we kind of came prepared when we had the short.
Okay. We pitched the feature at the festival.
Yeah, we literally spent our entire festival pitching, hoping for someone to jump on board. And at the end of it, we had a couple opportunities, and we went with Topic Studios, who gave us a great.
It was great.
Yeah.
And so, Gayle, why don't you tell me how you got involved and what attracted you to this project and working with these two jokers?
Well, you use the right. You can have my tea.
Oh, sorry,
yeah. I'm sick. I read the script, and it was extremely unique, and I'd heard from casting directors Jess Kelly and Rebecca Dealey, who are incredible at Christie Street Casting. They were really enamored with the boys and with the script, and it was super funny, extremely original. Has definitely it's very much up my alley in terms of it's an art housey cinephile film, but also has a very kind of mainstreamy-ish comedy vibe too. Not mainstream actually, very highly sophisticated, but you know what I mean.
It's mainstream. It's okay.
Very palatable.
It's okay.
Yeah,
mainstream means money, so that's fine.
Okay, mainstream comedy. And so I was really attracted to it when I read it, and then when I met these guys, it was just it was a no-brainer. We FaceTimed when I was upstate doing a experimental Chekhov play, and then we met in the city.
As one does.
Casual. No. They really cast
It could have been a regular
girl.
Chekhov play, and we would have cast her, but it was experimental, so we were really.
They were on board. That was. I was playing hard to get. The dynamics were already at play.
She didn't audition.
She was really sitting in an apartment in Brooklyn.
Sorry. I was just on set, doing this weird thing. I just swam through a lake.
Well, I loved your character because I've been the boyfriend where the family doesn't really like him.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's hard. It's not
you gotta win
easy.
Them over. So tell me about tonight's simulcast, because I don't know if it's the first that Sundance has ever done.
It's the first Sundance has ever done.
It is? Okay.
According to Cooper. According to John Cooper, he said this is the first time we're doing this.
So tell the folks at home, because they could go and watch this tonight if they want. They don't even have to be here.
Totally. If you're in Tempe, Arizona, or Buffalo, or Philadelphia, or Cambridge, Massachusetts, I'm not going to do that. There's 10 cities around the country.
Look it up.
Look it up on Sundance website. But yeah, tonight we're playing around the country, and so basically what it is they're going to play the movie at the same time, and then they're simulcasting the Q&A, so that they'll be live listening to a Q&A happening in the audience in Park City.
It's a great way for independent cinema to really get out into communities that wouldn't always get to see them in this format. So I think it's really cool. We're excited to be part of it.
And then you guys don't know who you're sitting here with, but I am the world's #1 Todd Barry superfan.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me how you got Todd Barry in this movie.
It was pretty easy. You just email him and he goes, "Wait, work? Great."
It's so funny. We cast Todd Barry, and we were in way upstate New York, and we stopped at this comedy or this restaurant next to a comedy club, and he was on the billing, and we were like, "Todd, are you are you playing here like next week? He's like, yeah. I'm here
Scheduling,
next
you know?
week. Yeah, exactly. But he was shooting with us that time. He's
Todd's
great.
the absolute best. I mean,
Yeah.
Todd is like, you can't really fully communicate his personality. And I thought I understood dry humor until I met Todd Barry in person, and then I was just like, oh, you're taking this to a whole different level of like just comments that are, I'm like, did you say something? And I was like, oh no, that was one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard.
I think he sets up jokes and pays them off like 4 years later.
Wow. That makes a lot of sense.
Can you guys tell me about the dynamics of your actual friendship? Like, how'd you meet? Have either of you ever, like, betrayed the other and had to beg for that?
Have I slept with his wife? No.
I didn't want to ask that directly.
No, not yet.
But how long you guys have you known each other? How'd you meet? That kind of thing.
Yeah, we met in New York on working in commercials. I cast him in a commercial job, and then we hit it off so well that we started a commercial production company together. That was like 10 years ago, and we've been working ever since.
What's the writing process like between you guys?
There's a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
As it should be.
No, it's the writing process in this was great because we would take the scenes and we'd put them up in an acting class. So we would we'd write all day, and then we would take the pages and we would go for 3 hours, and then at the end of the class we would put up the scene and we would try it, and then we'd come back the next day and we'd make it was like this really fun sort of theater process where we were just workshopping it and getting into the place that we wanted to. Because we were acting in it, we kind of had the luxury of really testing out the material before we went into production.
The chemistry definitely shows on screen. This film played at Cannes, Telluride, Toronto, now Sundance. So I have to ask, was it just not good enough to get into Venice, guys?
I ask myself the same question every night when I go to bed.
What is the film festival circuit been like for you, though, with this movie?
I mean, they're all different and in amazing ways. It's just been a constant surprise. So, any of them, if we played, a regional festival, we would have been, if we premiered at Woodstock, we would have been stoked.
Is this one special because the short debuted here?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's special because the history of American independent comedy. This is the spot where that stuff happens, and there's this heritage of American comedies that are being made independently, that are outside the studio system, that exists here, and that's just a really cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, I think when you're a programmer, you take a chance. So they took a chance on the short and that, and coming back here with the feature feels like it's right.
We wouldn't have made the movie if we didn't have the short here. It never would have happened. We wouldn't have had the opportunity. There's no chance we would have stopped everything we were working on and doing to go try and make the feature of this if we didn't have a short here.
Gayle, I'm a big Glow fan. I love the show. Are you going to be checking out your co-stars' movies here in Park City?
Well, I saw Sunita last night. I'm exhausted. Saw Sunita last night, and I'm gonna go to Ali's after party. It's such a crazy schedule here, but so I don't know if I'm gonna get to see the actual movies, but I'm gonna definitely
Try
check
to get into that Promising Young Woman tonight. It was wild.
You saw it?
Chris, I just came from it with Chris and Allison. Yeah.
Oh, amazing, yeah. And Ali's movie, Horse Girl.
That's right.
Yeah, which is also super exciting. She produced it. But yeah. I'm so excited.
And Mike, you just wrapped working with Tom Hanks and Paul Greengrass. Is that right on News of the World?
I did. Yes.
What is it? Just a small part? How do you figure into that one?
I don't even understand it still. I was out in the desert. I was in Santa Fe shooting for a month, riding horses and shooting guns with them. It was amazing. I play a villain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's.
I can see you as a villain, but now I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was one of the coolest things I've ever done. It was a big surprise. It was just a thing that I auditioned for and got, and was like, I'm gonna go do this to the best of my ability. So
that's awesome.
I think it comes out Christmas this year.
And when does The Climb come out?
March 20th.
It's via Sony Classics.
Yeah,
right?
March 20th in probably just select cities, and then nationwide the following week. So the 27th, it should be everywhere.
And what are you guys working on next? Are you writing something else together?
Yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Well, we wrote a TV show together, which there's a chance we're going to go out and try to sell soon. But we're writing our next movie together. Okay. And it is. It explores relationships between parents and kids.
Is this the Quench that's on the IMDb page?
No, the Quench was separate. We'd actually
wrote that.
written it before we did the Climb.
Okay, this one's under wraps. No title yet.
Yeah, the Quench we're producing and we're going to be making this year.
Yeah. Okay.
And Kyle wrote that.
Okay.
And I'm just a humble producer.
All right. Well, I'm
Back
looking
to my
forward
roots.
to your next collaboration. Guys, this is the team from The Climb. Be sure to check it out at Sundance, or if you're in one of those select cities, check it out tonight via the simulcast. Thank you to Kia Telluride Supper Suite for hosting us. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so
Take
much
care.
for having me.